Yeah, sure. Okay. Yep.
So what I just heard say all it was an individual well, they made everybody. Okay. So you'll have to get out there because you need part of that.
Hello, guys. Present Hawks.
Between the Ohio Masonic home and Dream Flight. Scott?
So a couple of years ago, this young man, his marketing team, worked with our marketing team, and we discovered that he flies around the country taking veterans rides. And 2 years ago, I showed up about 8 o'clock in the morning, and this young gentleman, which I still can't figure out how he got out of the back of that plane, climbs out, and we became friends and have been doing it ever since. But it's an honor to work in the business that we work in. If you're willing to take time and sit at dinner or lunch or wherever you are and listen, you can learn a lot about your history and your past. So, as the CEO of the Masonic home, it's a calling, it's not a job. So we're proud to take care of seniors and provide a place for everybody to have a good time and live their lives out, and this is just part of that. So partnering with Daryl and his team has been an honor, actually, to really do that and then be able to see the smiles on these gentlemen's faces and pay them back for all the sacrifices they made for us to be here today. So really that's what I'm in it for, is really to see the smiles on their faces and to give them a day that they'll never forget. So it's an honor to be here with everyone, an honor to do what we do. Daryl works in the business as well. He can tell you the same thing. It's an honor to work with seniors every day.
Well, Scott, believe it or not, Scott and I did not play basketball together. But this is our 3rd year here, yes. I believe, and it's just been fantastic. Thank you all for coming out. We have a really simple mission, and that's to say thank you to our World War II veterans for what they've done for us. And when you think about it, what they did versus what we're doing, it really doesn't stack up. But I don't know what else to do. So what we try to do is to do a unique experience, something that they don't. I mean, these guys probably didn't think they were up for flying in an open cockpit biplane again, but here we are, and it's a wonderful connection. It's our way of saying thank you to the greatest generation and people that gave us our freedom. So that's why we're here. We're volunteers. Marcus is my crew chief. Marcus, raise your hand. Marcus is also a pilot. He actually gave the first flight up in Valparaiso, Indiana for Operation September Freedom at 24 years old, which is a pretty cool thing. So Marcus is going to be flying this afternoon, but what we decided to do was to take August and September and dedicate all 6 of our airplanes to World War II veterans. If you recall, when the bombs dropped in August, effectively the war was over in 1945. The official surrender happened September 2, 1945. That's why it's called Operation September Freedom. So with COVID messing us up in 2020 and a little bit in 21, we said we're going to take these 60 days, fly our 6 airplanes all over the country, only honoring World War II veterans for what they gave us. So what we're doing here today is very historic. This is probably the last mission for World War II veterans in history. And you're all part of it, we're part of it. And it's an honor to be in a position to do that. You know, honestly. Never ever thought we'd be in that position. So it's really simple. That's what we're doing today. All 6 of our airplanes are flying in 6 different states, and we're scheduled to give 42 dream flights. It'll be our biggest day in history. So some people think it's a crazy idea, but I think it's an idea that's amazing, and the people we get to meet are just fantastic. And so that's why we're here. That's what we're doing. I mentioned we're volunteers. We do this because we want to. You can't. I wouldn't, if you tried to pay me to do this, it's too much work. The only thing, you know, you touched on it, it's a mission, it's a calling. And yeah, we're having fun. We're flying neat airplanes. This was my grandfather's airplane. He bought this in 1946. And so we're having fun, but it also is a calling, you know. So we depend on donors, and you'll see the logos on the airplanes. We've got hundreds of other donors, and I would be remiss if I didn't thank Sport Clips and Veterans United and American Airlines and those people, because we have the energy, we have the airplanes, they have the passion as well, and they have the checkbooks. and they've been wonderful partners. We've been 9 years now with Sport Clips. I go to Sport Clips. They do a fantastic job. Nice. I say they're kind of overpaid on my haircuts, but it's worth it. But we just have a fantastic partnership. And the cool thing about it, culturally, is they contacted me. I got an email 9 years ago. I was sitting in Chicago, and Sport Clips said, "Hey, we love what you're doing. We see what you're doing. How can we help?" So that speaks to the cultural side of their who they are, their character. So we've been really, really blessed. So if you get a chance, drop them a note, drop all of our donors a note that you see there, tell them thanks, and they love to hear the stories. So is there any questions? We didn't take many this morning, but is there any questions about what we're doing and why or anything? Okay.
Why do you do this? What do you get out of it?
I get to hang out with really cool people. Seriously, I mean, when you know, Bill and I were joking. He flew 65 missions in B-26s. And, you know, I signed his hat number 66 because that was our 66th mission. And so I get to hear the stories. I get to see the difference it makes. And very seldom in life do you really get to see what you do making an immediate difference. It's very addicting. And I got addicted in 2011, March 29, 2011. We gave our first flight in Oxford, Mississippi. So we're through 4,500 flights in these 11 years. And we'll pass 5,000 this year. This airplane, we think, is going to go to Hawaii and fly for the 80th Pearl Harbor. It's the 80th anniversary of Pearl Harbor.
you have how many veterans over there for that?
We have, we're not sure yet. It's what happened is that's in December. We're here and now, and so I'm really focused, and we're trying to put it together. We've been working on it for several months, but it kind of got put on the back burner. My guess is we'll fly 30, 40 veterans over there. Taking 2 airplanes, going to go to each island. You know.
Now, how many were at Pearl Harbor currently?
There's 2 survivors of the Arizona left, 2. And the 80th, you know, it's 81 probably. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but if we can be there, we want to be there. So, anyways, thanks. I appreciate it. It's so neat to see so many people out.
Thanks for coming out. It's awesome. It is
You may
great.
as well just stay right there. Dan, you're next. If you'd like to come out and say a few words, Dan's going to share with you about. You're hearing people talking about the passport. They're signing a passport. These kind of things. So Dan's going to share a little bit with you about how that's worked. So Dan Shirk, for those of you who haven't met him yet.
Thank you. It's just an honor for me to be here. When I did this a couple years ago, reaching out to veterans, it was probably the most exciting day of my life, and today is even over that. So, as you know, World War II veterans are becoming few and far between to find. So, when we were contacted and asked to reach out to World War II vets, we got on the phones, and we had a few at our own campus that we were lucky to have. But they have a boarding pass that they fill out. It kind of just gives a little bit of background about who they are, what they did when they served, where they served, and that not only helps us, but it also helps Darryl and his staff when they go to fly them. It gives them a little bit of background on them to talk to them about what they did and to thank them for their service. And again, that's the big thing today, is just to say thank you to the veterans and to your families for, you know, having them here today to spend that time with us so we can thank them. So, again, just thank you very much.
Now we're going to get into the check presentations, and I would like to call on Rick Lunsford first, please.
Thank you, everyone. I took a few times to jot down some notes. I had 14 pages when I started this morning. My wife says keep it short. So here we go. My name is Rick Lunsford. I'm with the Sydney American Legion, Post 217 in Sydney, Ohio. What a glorious day this is. I would like to first thank all of our veterans that are here today, and especially our World War II veterans, for answering the call to help defend the freedoms and our way of life we have all come to enjoy. We are very fortunate and blessed to be living in this country. Without the sacrifices of our veterans, we could very well be living in a different country with very different guidelines in which to live. I would also like to thank the Dream Flight organization for creating and offering this special gift to our World War II veterans. This is a unique opportunity that brings back memories of yesteryear, and to be able to soar with the eagles for a short period of time. What a unique gift this is, one that is greatly appreciated and that is afforded, and to be able to be afforded this opportunity. On behalf of the Sydney American Legion, Post 217, I would like to present this check to the organization and to thank you for your special program. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Blessings.
Our next presenter today comes from the Shelby County Veterans. Zach, it's your turn.
You want me to stand here all day?
Yes, I do.
I'll keep it short. I'm not nearly as prepared as Rick is. My name's Zach Boslett. I'm the president of the Shelby County Veteran Services Commission, where we have a full-time office staff that assists our county's veterans in everything from managing VA claims to emergency financial relief, those types of things. And so when this idea was brought to us to potentially have an outside giving scenario from what we normally do, we jumped all over it, and it's an absolute honor to see the smiles on the faces of these guys as they take their final mission, as you say. I'm an Army man myself. I like to keep my feet on the ground, but my grandfather my grandfather was a B-26 pilot. So yeah, whenever he would visit Ohio from Missouri, we'd always go down to the Air Force Museum. He would always have an opportunity to sit with Bill because they had the connection with the B-26. And I think just the connection that you're making with these veterans by taking them up in the air is really, really special. So with that, it's an absolute honor to be able to help even in a small way with some of the funds that we have available. And I really appreciate you doing what you're doing and keep up the good work.
Zach, thank you.
Absolutely.
You know, you guys treat me too good, you might not get rid of me. So you got to keep that in mind. But no, so many people help. It's so humbling and gratifying. I just really appreciate it. It's a team effort. It really is. So,
Happy to be part of it. Thank you. All right.
We've been putting all of this together for everybody. It's like, which Sheila are we talking to and which Wendy are we talking about? So this is the other Sheila in the equation today, and Sheila, it's your turn.
and by the way, if I sounded a little dumb on the phone yesterday, it's because I was trying to process. I was thinking of this Sheila, and then I got, that's not her voice, and finally I figured it out. Yeah, so.
Again, my name is Sheila Nuss, not to be confused with Airshow Sheila. So anyhow, we're here to honor our World War II veterans in a unique opportunity. And my father was a World War II veteran serving in the Navy, and as of yesterday, he was gone 36 years. So he's here in spirit, so to do that. So again, I want to thank you gentlemen for putting this together. And my daughter, just to give you a little bit of background, my daughter's involved with the Dayton Air Show along with Sheila. So she contacted Chris and kind of told her what we're kind of doing, or what they're doing. And we had 2 veterans here in Sydney that were going to be going out. So my daughter says, do you think you can get some other veterans that might be interested in doing this? I said, I'll try. So I contacted actually a total of 6. 1 declined. And I said, why? And he said, my feet are on the ground, and I want to keep them on the ground. So we honor that. So that was pretty cool. So again, today we're honoring our 5 veterans from Sydney. So they're Frank Thayman, Bill Dean, Carl Zimmerman, yeah, Bob Sargent, yeah, and Norris Chromas. And I have to tell you, their ages are 96 to 101 years young. 101. Fantastic.
It's a lot of experience.
It is. And just there again, as Dan was saying, we had to get a passport, board a passport for these guys. So I had to get a little bit of information from them. So this is a very brief description from what some of them said. But Frank Thayman. Frank was stationed in California for about a year and a half. I know you can't hear me. So he was stationed in California for about a year and a half. He was getting ready to be deployed overseas, and they got his duffel bag, everything on the ship, ready to go. He was just waiting to take off, and he was in town, and he passed out. He had a very bad appendicitis attack. So therefore, he had emergency surgery being done. So back then, when they had surgery, you were in for a couple weeks, no doubt. Not like it is today, for sure. So the ship went out with him, or without him, with his bags in tow, and they left without Frank. So Frank was in the hospital for a little while, and they considered him AWOL. Well, they didn't know where he was. So he was in the hospital.
They lost him.
They lost him, so that was pretty cool. Bill Dean was an Army Air Corps B-26 Marauder pilot, flying 62 missions, which I think he's kind of told you that too, in the European theater. And the story was told that once on a troop transport, he saw Marlene Dietrich. Probably a lot of you don't know who that is, but she was entertaining the crew. And evidently she must have got pretty close to him. I don't know if Bill was flirting with her or what, but she threw some perfume on him. So you'll have to ask him what that story's all about. So she sprayed him with perfume. So, okay, Carl Zimmerman. Carl was an aviation cadet, and he was based at Lambert Field, St. Louis, Missouri. And as everybody knows, Carl is a lover of music. That's always been his dream. So while he was stateside, I'm not sure where this actually happened, but he was trying to get a sneak peek of Pete Fontaine. Does anybody know who Pete Fontaine is?
Heard the name.
Yeah, okay. So evidently, Pete Fontaine or Phil Fontaine was performing, and Carl and his buddy were trying to take a sneak peek at him. They saw him, and they invited him to the front row seats. So that was pretty good. And the one unique thing about Carl, too, as most of the Sydney residents know, Sydney had an American Legion singing soldiers group. And they were together for a long, long time, sang everywhere. They were actually the last singing soldier group in the United States.
Really?
So that was an honor for them as well, too. So, Bob Sargent. Bob was an aviation cadet, and he was sent overseas under many commands. And under all these commands, he led into many leadership roles. And he credits his training to the importance of value of integrity and loyalty, and it followed him all through his life, family, and career. And when it was said and done, he ended up with the rank of sergeant. So if you were called to his attention or responded to him, he was actually sergeant.
Should have been major.
Norris Kromis. Norris was in the Air Corps propeller tech. He was a maintenance, installer, instruction specialist throughout his military career. He also worked on a project developing a single-engine plane that could climb the Alps in Europe. That's got to be a feat in itself right there, I would say. He also escorted Truman before the war ended. He is 101 years old and loving life. We see him out at the American Legion quite a bit, enjoying himself. So, again, I want to thank everybody for coming out. This was put together, in my part, in very short notice, but the Fairlawn students called them at the last minute. Their name is, and I hope I spelled this right, is Leanna and Amelia Phillips. Okay, they were the singers, which is really cool. And also want to thank the American Legion Post 217 Honor Guard. Thank you, fellas, for your service there, too. So, in the meantime, I had asked for donations around the community. I didn't ask for very, very many people, but actually nobody turned me down, which is pretty awesome. So with that in mind, I want to kind of acknowledge the people that actually gave the donation. First one is Mark Adams. Again, the Sydney American Legion Post 217. The Sydney American Legion Auxiliary Unit 217. The Sydney Legion baseball team, the Shelby County Historical Society, the City Rotary, the VFW Post 4239, the Shelby County Veterans Services, Norris Kromis, Glenn Phillips, and Frank Thayman. So again, we want to thank you, fellas, but we want to present you with the check.
Oh my. You're hired.
I have to tell you one story though that he did tell, that his organization is all volunteers, but he said 2 people do get paid. The one that gets paid is the mechanic, which I think is a good idea. Very good idea. And the other one I believe is the fundraiser?
No, operations.
Operations.
She does the scheduling.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
that helps out.
Oh, this is huge. You know, it's. You said on the phone that you're not a fundraiser, and I'm not either. I literally have never sent a fundraising letter out. And I thought this organization would sort of just die off after a couple of years. But people just kept, like you guys, I mean, you keep giving money and helping us, and it just seemed to work out. So you kept me busy. But it speaks to the significance of our mission and the profoundness of how it impacts people.
Well,
really
we are
does.
very proud of our local veterans.
You should be, and that's obvious. So thank you. See, I appreciate that. All right, I'll know who you are next time.
Yeah, right.
All right, thank you so much.
On behalf of the Ohio Masonic Home, Sheila has it in the backseat of her car. We have a check for you as well. So thanks for what you do. Thanks for everything.
Thank you guys. All right, we ready to fly?
Thanks, Daryl.
Closing comments you'd like to share with folks today?
It's hard. I mean, I get emotional. If I talk to anyone, I'm going to get emotional, and I don't like to do that. But we just do what we do. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it real. And I really want you all to come back out next year, because we'll be back next year. You know, and we'll do it again, and just keep at it. So thank you.
Right, hey. Forward, arm. Forward, arm.
Or somewhere. He was running it, looking for a clip. He called me over son, and he put that up by his coat tax. I'm ready. And I'm gonna let you take care of that. I don't need
You go out there.
Yeah, you
I'll bring it back.
bring your vehicle out. It's a little rough right here, Albert. You haven't been looking forward to this. I know.
How are you?
In November, I think.
I haven't been into the office yet.
Okay. Well, what are you now? How much?
97 years old.
That's a lot of experience. All right. You know the drill. We're going to take you right up front. No, we'll put that right here. Perfect. We'll just do you right up to it. Okay. So we're going to go into the right way. That's my best. Good. Okay. We're just going to take our time. Okay. Now just work your way up.
Yeah, I don't want back there.
You'd have to fly if you're back there.
That maybe he was one the one that I may be able to do.
We're going to take this hand and put it right up here, Albert.
You need me on the other side.
Yeah, I'll need you.
You want me to go there now?
Okay. It's back against it. You got it.
Excuse me.
Now, we're going to put this hand right in here, Albert. Stand right up. Put his hand up. Oh, you've got to put your foot on the seat. Yeah, there you go. That would hurt if you did that. Now, just step right on down. All right, man. She made that look effortless. All right, you put your hands right up here. You'll get your lap belt on. Just put your hands right here. There you go. What else do you like to say?
This is Albert Carr, World War II pilot who's been strapped in for his flight.
do it. All right. Well, let's get your helmet on, and we'll go flying.
I'm ready. I'm looking forward to this.
Albert, can we get a thumbs up? Thumbs up?
So good to see you. I don't get to have a lot of times that I do. It's really fun. Well, it's an honor. And if you'll just take this and get it out of the way. Over my red bag. There's a hat. Just grab it out.
What is with? Okay.
Right back across.
My dad will be flying about 11:15 supposed to be.
And let's put 2 on the sternal.
Chris, you are writing a story for Sydney Daily News, right? She just gave you 2 thumbs up, so that's a yes.
Well, she is now.
I'm handing the phone to her. Melanie.
Probably right in your line of sight, aren't I?
I can move, don't worry. And
Excuse me.
internal on both.
Can I get it to you tomorrow for Friday's paper?
Testing 1, 2, 3. This is the flight of Albert Carr, who just went up, and now he's coming back in. And I'm going to take up the next pilot. This is Albert Carr, C-A-R-R, World War II fighter pilot.
She said you're welcome.
Enjoy that, huh? That was great.
Was it anything like you remember? Mr. Carr?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks a lot.
You gonna interview him too?
I'll pick back on somebody else.
Albert. You did great. Good. I'm just checking to see if I got rusty in the meantime.
No. It was a little rougher than it was before, and I think because of the weather and all.
Yeah.
No problem at all.
Good.
That was great.
All right. You'd recommend
Thank
me?
you, I would.
Okay. All right. Well, let's put your arms right up here. Put them right there. Now we're going to stand you up, and then you said your right leg is the best?
The right one is the best one, yeah.
Okay, we're going to put your right foot up on the seat.
Okay.
Here we go. No, just use your elbows first. Now we'll take your hands up here. Now help his right foot up on the seat there.
Just a second. Get that left one underneath me.
Now on 3. 1, 2, 3.
That left knee is bone to bone.
Is it?
Yeah. The right one is getting that way.
Is it?
First get up there, a little bit painful. I had to get some shots the other day, but the insurance got to get agreed to it first. So
yeah.
As soon as they get agreement on it, we'll see if it do me any good again.
Good. We'll try to be careful with it, okay?
I just try not to twist it. That's the main thing.
Okay.
Don't twist it.
All right. Now just slide over towards me. There you go. Now, take this in.
Yep. I'll catch you.
Now just back up towards me.
Get old and stiff, it's kind of bad, isn't it?
You're doing fantastic, my friend.
We'll catch you, Albert.
Okay. Now, take this hand right here.
Get the other one down closer.
Yep. We'll get this one. Okay.
These tall guys are good for this, aren't they?
I know. Works really good.
I got you, Albert, as well. I got your arm, buddy. Look at him. He's back on ground.
On the ground.
Oh, thank you.
How was that?
That was great.
Here's your land-based vehicle.
Yeah. Extra wheel.
That's right.
Did you see that picture of him
Now.
there, Daryl, when he was young?
I did. We're going to get some pictures of that.
Have fun,
Okay,
everybody.
hang on a second. Don't be ripping away on me here. I've got another gift for you. You still have your other hat?
It's somewhere in the.
He's got it.
Dwellings.
Okay, all right. This is a very special hat. This is the only time we're going to do this hat. And you're going to have two of them. Would you like me to sign it?
Really?
Okay.
That way maybe I can remember your name longer.
That's if you can read my writing.
Dad, I won't let you forget his name.
Al or Albert?
Albert. Been called everything. Some of them good, some of them bad. But I pay no attention to those. If I don't want to accept them, I just turn them down. But this has been great.
What's the date?
The
11th?
11th. I remember the day before yesterday was my mom's birthday.
Oh, really?
And she's been around. And thanks a lot. I enjoyed this, Darryl.
Give Marcus a big smile.
Thoroughly enjoyed this. Been looking forward to it. I told our son, I said, well, maybe one of these days he'll get to carry you up there.
You're hogging all the
That's him in the red
airtime.
shirt.
Family, I want to get a family picture. To whoever's family and friends, whoever's here. Just
Oh,
your
my
son?
God.
Okay, well, you want me to take one with your camera?
Sure do. Thank you. Proud of you, Dad.
Yeah, love you.
Love
It's
you.
been a great day.
Not over yet.
Yep.
Starting out
Can you
good,
hold
no
up the
reason why
photo?
it shouldn't stay good.
Can you hold up
Now.
this photo?
Yeah, this picture was made in 1945. Spring of 45.
Was it?
February, I believe, of 45. Stayed on the East Coast.
That's not springtime in Ohio, then.
Yeah, yeah.
Springtime in Texas.
Florida, maybe.
Getting ready to go back overseas. And then made on the East Coast.
Now
I
we're-
don't have any decoration. I gotta give it to my cousin because she's
Okay.
the accumulator of it. When I got out of the service, I gave her all of it again, so I still don't have it.
Oh, really? You're not done yet. We got two more things we want you to do.
Okay.
We want you to put your name on the tail of the airplane.
Okay.
Could you sign your name over there?
Be glad to.
So that way you get to fly with us on every flight.
I got the names up out there at the airport too.
Do you?
Right, man.
Don't sit on that. Yeah, that'll cause us problems.
Get that out from under me so I won't.
I'll hang on to you here.
Get on the white down here.
Okay.
Albert R. Carr. Focus that.
Is that good? Alright. Okay. What we're going to do is, alright, Ed, let's stand up. Take your hand right up here. Okay, now let me see. Left foot up. Left foot up, Ed. Maybe right foot up. Put his right foot up. Grab his ankle. There you go. There you go. Now, up we go. Oh,
God, you pulled my pants off.
Pulling your pants
Put
off.
his left foot on the ladder.
You're fine. We'll have none of that.
Not gonna have naked dream
Ready for the
flights,
right
Ed.
leg? Yep. Right leg, Ed. Okay.
All right. Left leg. There you go. All right.
Right foot.
Right leg, ready? There you go. All right. Left leg, ready? Up.
Go put it up there. Put his right leg up. Okay, right leg up, Ed.
Right leg in. There you go.
Now, Marcus.
Yes, sir.
Before we do this, take his left hand up to the cockpit.
It's on there right now.
Okay.
You ready?
Up we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
now.
was June 19th, or sorry, July 9th.
Yeah, I got it.
We were there.
Okay, Ed. Yeah, just move up a little bit. And
Your leg up a little.
put his left hand up on the center section, Marcus.
Put your left hand up here.
The handle right up there.
There you go. Grab right there. Perfect. You want me on the other side now,
Yep,
Daryl?
go to the other side. Now push on my back. Now, I got you, Ed, okay?
Yeah.
Take your right leg.
No, we're good.
I got you. You're going to take your right leg up and over.
There we go.
Good, right hand. Now we're going to stand you up, Ed, okay?
Okay. Reach across, grab right here. There you go.
We're getting there, man.
All right, Ed, does that look familiar?
You just take a deep breath. There you go. There you go. You're doing good. Yeah,
Mike Ullery, you're shooting for two.
you'll enjoy it.
Mike Hill, you're shooting for two.
So, whenever you're ready, we're just going to have you step down onto the floorboards, okay? You're just going to slide right down. Take his right foot. Yes, his right foot.
In here.
Yep.
There you go, Ed. Down into the seat, buddy.
Oh.
Now just let go with your hands. How's that feel?
Contact.
Some things you never forget. Some things you never forget. That was priceless. That is. You called it right, Ed.
Mike, you know how to get it to him. Okay, that's more like that.
All right.
That works, we're good. You're more than welcome. I like it.
Looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does.
I'll bet you do. All right. Ed, there's a mirror right up here. You probably remember it.
Just give it to him and help him.
Now, here's how we can't communicate, Ed. We're going to use sign language. Can you give me a thumbs up? That means everything's perfect. Thumbs down if you need to come back early. I don't think you'll need to come back early.
No. Just say contact.
I will. I'm about ready to do it. I'm going to put your helmet on. All right, here we go.
Dad, look over here.
Ed, right here. Ed,
All right, you're good.
right here. Over here, Ed.
This is the flight of Ed Fisher. He was a pilot during World War II, and he actually learned how to fly in this similar aircraft. So here we go with Ed Fisher.
it, man.
You trust us? You trust us?
Yeah, let's turn him around here.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can,
Now.
buddy.
Yeah, I know. I've got a special gift and a new hat. Would you like me to sign it? That would require the silver pen.
Great.
You see what that says? It says to a great pilot.
You're right.
That's you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
Want your picture?
Oh, look at that.
Pretty handsome dude. Give Marcus a big smile here.
You're at 21 years old.
I know. I know.
Hey, look over
right
here. Turn your picture around, Dad, so they can see it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now we need to get him over to.
We got family. I want to get a family picture here.
Turn the picture this way.
There we go.
You know, we like her a lot too.
Still a young
She
man.
asked me who I'm talking to. Which one's
Really marvelous back then, huh?
There you go.
Oh, hey, Steve. So good to hear from you. Yeah, I'll send you something good.
I was only 21, but that's all right.
Doing a VO or what?
They take me today out there.
We hope this has been marvelous.
All right. Ed, I want you to sign the tail for us, okay? Okay. So just come around here. I got it. Pick your spot. Come right on up here. Come on up.
There you go.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Now I got the keys to your credit card.
Oh, that's good.
You know, these things are expensive to fly. I'm just giving you a hard time.
He says if he
This
had one,
way-
that'd be okay then.
This way, Ed, you're gonna go on it.
Yeah, it's going to be out.
Come on in here. I've seen you somewhere before. You remember me?
A couple of weeks ago.
I know. You came back for seconds. There's no excuse.
You look pretty good. You would do a good job.
Okay.
Is that the pilot?
Yeah.
You better be good to him, Brian.
I'll tell you this, Frank. I'll tell you a little secret. Okay? When I'm in the airplane, I'm really selfish. I don't care about anybody but myself. Because if I'm good, you're good. Okay? Now, when we're on the ground, it's a different program.
But whatever he hits, you go first.
That's right. So,
You only carry one parachute in the plane?
Did I hear it again? You're looking just as good as I saw you the first time. You ready to go flying?
Ready to go?
Let's do it.
Bring back memories.
Good luck, Frank.
All right. Now you got him, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry about that.
Frank and I met at the air show. I talked to you several weeks ago.
You flew down there, right?
No, we didn't fly down.
You didn't fly there? We just up there.
Well, we were just talking about it. What's that?
Did you take that to Hawaii already?
Not yet. It's going in December. This one, I think this one's going to go too. We're going to take 2 of them.
Hawaii with you.
All right. All right, Frank, we're just going to go up the steps here. You're going to hang on to the side of the airplane. Take your time. Don't hurry.
You can do it, Frank.
All right, hang on right there, Frank. Okay, you can go around the other side. Now we're going to take this hand right here. Yeah, this hand right here. And we're going to take this right leg. We'll swing it right over the... Lean back against me. There you go. This is our morning stretching exercises. Now take his right hand right up here.
Let's get your right hand
Right
over.
hand right up there. No, wait a second. Now.
Step right in.
Pull myself in.
Yeah,
There you
you get to
go.
do the work. How's that feel?
Okay.
Because we're going to wing walk today.
You want to ride right there?
He's in.
Hey, I'm in.
Put your seatbelt on, Frank.
Put your hands right up here, Frank. See how slick that works when you
Yep.
do the bottom one? When you get back, you just undo the top one. You can just get the shoulder harnesses. Yeah.
That's in case you fly up and down, I won't fall off.
That's right.
We don't want any unscheduled departures, Frank. Go ahead and put your hands down now.
I see how putting the right hand up there really makes it work.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. My guess is you've been struggling with that problem.
A little bit.
Okay. Always do the lap belt first. All right. How's that feel?
You're good.
Okay.
Good.
Now, once we start the engine, Frank, it's pretty loud, and we can't really talk to each other. All right. There's a mirror right here. You can check on me occasionally. Make sure I'm awake. Make sure I'm awake. We're going to use hand signals. Give me a thumbs up. Can you give me a thumbs up? All right. Thumbs down if you need to come back early.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Take your hat here, Frank.
Hello.
Hang on just a second.
Hey, Ron.
Just a minute. You got it? Gotta put it
Well,
on the
I
rocket back.
later this afternoon.
How's that feel, Frank?
All right.
Okay, boy, you're.
I got you.
Okay, I should do that.
No, this is fine.
Okay, thank you.
I want to get this taken care of. So, what's up?
All right.
Not yet. Hi, Jason.
How are you?
How you doing? Good.
I'm with ABC 22 and Fox 42. Yes, I'm a reporter with them.
But we got interrupted, so I never did hear the rest of that story.
And here he comes.
Nice guy, I like him. Yeah.
I realized that after he'd already got the bottom one undone.
All right. Put your hands right here, Frank. And we're going to stand you up. Okay? Once you stand up, then we'll reach up and grab you up. Okay? We'll help you up. Now, right here. Pull his right foot up on the seat. That's where you want to stand you up. Okay? We're going to pull and we're going to pull. 1, 3. Nothing to it. Wasn't that nice up there? Frank kept egging me on, giving me a few thumbs up. And he was encouraging me to do something foolish. I was having to resist.
Very persuasive.
I know you're good. I know. You kept giving me those 2 thumbs up, and it's like I wanted to give you a little action. All right. Put your left hand there.
Here, let's put this right hand down here.
Look, left hand here.
Right, put your left hand there, put your right hand in the blue.
Get back up towards me now, Frank. You got it. I got you. You're not going nowhere. This one right here. There you go. Just hold right there for a second. See how I do this, Marcus? Right there. Special gift for you. What do you think of that? Oh, yeah. Would you like me to sign it? Huh? Would you like me to sign it? Okay. Sometimes your head gets a little bigger when you get out, so I gotta
make that bigger.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. Give him a smile.
Right here.
Smile.
Now we need the family in. We need the family in here for. Move forward just a little bit, Frank. We're gonna get your family in here. You guys have phones you want me to take pictures with?
You want to hold that?
Yeah, okay.
You want me to hold it?
It's not working right. Oh. When did you get it?
I didn't get it. Sheila had it somehow.
Okay. Who had it?
Sheila had it.
She did?
Yeah.
Heather.
Thank you.
Jenny? Heather, Jenny's not. Jenny's
I don't know.
Well, we'll get there after the meeting.
It was really nice up there.
Okay.
Good, Frank. Frank.
Look up. Look up.
Heather, you went in here?
Look up. Look up.
Oh my God. Look at all the good people. Look at all
Okay, Heather's coming.
Here, get you in.
Yeah.
Guys, come on.
Yeah. Look up.
Look up.
Nice to know you. Could get Jenny in here too. Get Jenny in here. Come on up here. Come on up here.
And the family grows.
Yeah, the family's growing. Look at that.
You guys are multiplying right before.
Look at that. Family's growing.
Look up,
That's a
Dad.
good looking group.
Look up, Dad. Okay.
Which camera?
Yeah, all right. Have all that.
We do. Good?
Wait, one more.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I need your autograph on the tail of the airplane.
Sorry for close. I like your small camera. It looks convenient.
Oh. You pick where you want to sign and just sign it for us. So that way you can go with us.
Okay, we're in the red. Okay.
Yeah, got that done too. A lot of signs on there.
Yep. You get to fly with us on every flight.
Okay.
You're supposed to kiss the ground when we land.
Let me get you a shirt real quick.
You're a celebrity.
Okay? Oh, you want to? I got a shirt for you. Just stay right here.
Oh.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan. B-17 pilot. Hi, Lloyd.
B-26 pilot here.
Hey.
Good to see ya. You've been a B-17.
Good to see you, John. I'm a walking soldier. Recording all this for Dan, huh?
That's what I was. You were infantry?
I walked
Oh, no, I thought I heard one last.
No, somebody said it
You probably didn't see it.
I knew. Lloyd,
Did you?
thanks again, Darryl. You'll be good now. I'm trying to. It's a real job, though.
I know. It's a full-time job.
Yeah. They support the path.
We'll have to
And
get
thanks, you kept following the path.
We'll have to get reinforcements.
Right, gang.
Daryl, thank you.
Thanks again.
You betcha.
Hi, Daryl. I'm Mark Deem. I'm John's brother. You met him.
Yeah?
I saw your video where you did the interview with him.
Oh, you did?
So
Good.
I watched
Yeah,
that. Watched how you get him in the plane.
Yeah? How you doing, man?
Okay. Okay.
You ready to re-enlist?
Yeah. No.
And do some more flying?
No.
Nobody's shooting at you on this one.
Right.
Okay. Well, nobody gonna be shooting at you. We're just gonna have a beautiful airplane. You were pretty adamant about that.
Yeah.
I forget how many missions you did.
65.
65, that's right. That's enough.
Yeah, it was. I was glad when I got to my last one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually flew 63 because if you flew a lead mission, your crew, they gave you an extra half point.
Oh, really?
Half mission or whatever you
Yeah,
want to call it. I flew, our crew was on 4 lead missions, so I got two extra missions.
Really? Okay.
So I actually flew 63.
But you got credit for 60.
For 65.
Hey?
So,
Even better.
yeah, yeah,
Well, this is going to be 66.
yeah, right.
No flag.
And holding.
And holding, and holding. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad it was fun to meet you a couple weeks ago, and now I'm glad to be able to fly with you.
Right. Well, been looking forward to it
All
ever
right.
since.
Let's do it. Shall we do it? Let's go fly.
I still remember my first primary training.
Bill Deem, D-E-A-M.
Arkansas.
Really?
Oh, you're the Bill Dean.
And the instructor sat in the back and I sat in the front and said, "Here's your seatbelt back." Yes. She flipped it over upside down.
I had it.
Yeah, well, we're not going to be doing
I
that
thought
stuff.
it made a big mistake. Come back to the airport.
Well, let's go flying.
You need to.
No.
He didn't even bring a jacket, so I had one.
If you want to go ahead and bring him out, we'll.
Okay, you ready to go?
Hey, Mike.
You want to just stay in there and scoot out, or you want to?
As long as I can hold on to something, I'm ready to go.
Okay, well.
And then if you feel comfortable, you can put this
Wheelchairs in the car.
We can take his walker out there.
Here.
Yep.
Just hold on to your walker. Hold on to your walker, right here.
Here, we'll get this out there with you.
Well, just sit down and drink.
Yeah, sit down.
Just sit down.
That's right. You go ahead and sit down, we'll get you out there.
Just sit. I just drink back. Pushed him in it. Stay in there.
You trust my driving. Okay. I drive better than I fly, so you don't want me flying.
I know.
This could be an experience.
Oh no, it'll be fun. I can't. His first name. Bill. I should know that. That's my dad. My dad's first name.
All right. Put your brakes on. And now you're.
All right, Bill. We're gonna stand you.
Sir, can I go around the other side and take pictures while he's getting in?
Yeah, just stay off the airport.
I sure will.
We're gonna give you some right here. Just come right on forward. There you go. Just take your hand right here. Now, Bill, we're gonna step you up on this line. Oh, that's too much. That's too big right there. You're there, right there. Okay, one more up. All right, there you go.
Okay, this is the flight of Bill Deam, D-E-A-M, I believe.
Yeah, put your hand up, grab the cockpit right in front.
Here, right there. There you go.
Now we're going to take you right up on the airplane.
Sorry about all this.
We're doing good. Okay, just stay right there. Yeah, now take your hand.
You got it, Daryl?
I got it. You're not going anywhere. Take your hand right up here. And move your feet up. You're going in the front seat. Just work right up the plane. Put your left hand up.
Let's come up here. Bill, put your left hand right here.
Okay. All right. Now take this hand, go right here.
Grab right there.
And move you forward just a little bit.
Look at that. Now grab your hand and bring it over here, Bill. Okay. See this hand hold right here? Grab right there.
Okay. Now step forward. Step right on forward. Let yourself down. Just let yourself right on down. There you go.
You're pretty flexible.
You got it, man.
Okay.
You're in.
Okay.
What do you think?
Familiar?
Got a seatbelt.
Yeah, seatbelt.
Oh yeah. We got a good one. Here, put your hands right here.
Safety first.
A wise man.
Now you can put your hands down.
You just wanted to climb in the back and fly.
Now we'll take this on. We're going to tighten this down for you, Bill.
Okay.
Don't want you bouncing around.
Okay.
Or we don't want any unscheduled departures.
Testing.
I'm not sure who you heard them say.
Oh, no, no, no.
He said, you're having a problem. Thumbs up. And he said, that won't happen. Oh my gosh, it turned out beautiful.
I don't know what's
I am, Marcia. Yes. Yes, yes.
Well, we go.
Oh, that's, yeah. Love coming home.
I bailed out about 3 years ago after 61 or 64 years.
That was a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
So I figured it's time for the young ones to
take it. But are you taking over?
Yeah.
I'm ready. Sean?
fit. Probably doesn't want to get out.
I don't find it.
Excuse me. What was his name?
Bill Deem.
Bill D. D-E-A-M.
D-E-A-M from Sydney.
Thank you.
I got you. I'm not going anywhere. Now, kind of back up or I got you. Coming back. Coming back, Bill. Take a step back towards you. There you go. You're doing great. Now hang on right there. You got it. Okay. You're good. Bring this hand back. I got you.
Oh, well, that's what MMJs are for.
Right here.
They train us to do everything nowadays.
Right.
We got something to hold on to.
Yeah.
I got you. Let's go right foot next.
Get one more step down and you're back on the ground.
One more step. I got you. You grab my hand.
You're down.
You're down.
Walker's right behind you. Just sit down.
Sit right back.
So have a seat.
You got the walker right behind you. Hey, you can sit right down.
Have a seat.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead and hang on to that. I've got it. I've got it.
Back on
But
solid
don't lose
ground,
that.
right?
I don't want that.
Yep. Thank you very much. I appreciate every foot of it.
Now, Bill, I've got a hat that I want to give you, okay? It's a special hat. This hat's commemorating our 66th mission. Okay? Would you like me to sign it for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
Same price.
Okay. Price is right.
Absolutely.
Grimes Airport.
Yep.
Nobody shot at us either.
That's right.
Boy, it's really a pretty nice day.
It's pleasant up there, wasn't it? Now what I did on here, Bill, in this hat, is I said, Bill, to a great pilot, number 66, Daryl. That's a 66 mission.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You bet.
That's too big or my head's too small.
All right. Give Marcus a smile.
Look here. Great.
All right. Now we're going to get the family. We want to take family pictures now.
We'll get the family in here and get some pictures of you.
Oh, okay.
Turn it around, Bill.
What is there?
You want me to use your
John?
Yeah.
Whoever you want in.
Oh, we got more than me.
It's family. Just get all the
Whoever
family.
you
You want
want
me to
in
use
here.
your
Got a bunch.
No, you're fine.
Come on in. Pack you
How
in.
big is your plane? I mean,
Just big enough.
Is that fun?
Yeah.
come on.
Will, everybody get in.
Family, all the games. Come on in. gather around.
Bill's a busy
Hi,
guy.
Grandpa.
Hi.
White Eagle Mumford, Joyce.
Laura?
Joyce.
Hi.
Hi.
Dan. I'll chat with you after.
Hey, Mark, lean in a little bit. I can't see you.
I think we just need to back up.
Yep.
Too many of us.
No, you're fine right here. I just didn't want you to get blocked out by everybody.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Very nice day, really.
Oh, there.
Mom's not in here.
Oh, where is she? Oh, she's talking.
Who?
Missing one?
Yes.
Possibly. Nancy! Put your scotch down. One more. Nancy. Blue rice.
Stop drinking. You need to be
Stop drinking. You have all the toys. We'll actually keep on the front.
I'm the one in my family that usually gets that.
Sit down.
Am I hiding anybody back there?
I don't know. Everybody can see the cameras? One more time. We need Daryl.
Oh, yeah,
We need to get the pilot in here.
Right in the center.
We have a collection of these back
Not bad. Sell them cheap, huh? You say you want to kneel down, Daryl, otherwise get in front? No, I'm fine. You sure? Okay.
It'll look good.
All right. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
We're not done, Bill. I need your signature on the airplane.
Well, I appreciate that. It's been a great day and something I've been looking forward to for a few weeks.
That's cool.
Boy.
Since I'm tall, I'm going to put it up here. So it's Bill Deam, right? D-E-A-M?
Correct. Yeah, that does not work for me anymore, unfortunately. Thank you.
937.
Thank you.
You know what I put on there, Bill? I put your name and I put number 66 because that was our 66th mission. Or your 66th
That was a safe
mission.
one.
Yes, it was. Well, the others must have been okay because you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, semi-okay.
Only had to bail out over northern France once.
Only one.
Was that enough?
Yep. Yep, that was enough.
Well, we're glad you're here. Yeah, we're glad you're here.
So,
I need you to sign the airplane's rudder.
Really over.
That'll look good on the news, won't it?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Steve lately. I see. I haven't talked to him. They're losing.
All right. Thank you.
Cheese on 3. 1, 2, 3. Cheese.
Was I in front of you?
No. I got part of your on one of them. Whose phone was that? I think it was Zach's.
That's where my face is. If you look up there, my face isn't there. We got problems. All right. I'll be quiet. Where they are. But if you're having a good time, look up in that mirror from time to time and give me a thumbs up. If you think I'm bad at flying, give me a thumbs down. Come back in. Sound good? I'm 6 feet and I can get into. Lean back on me. I've got you. All right. Keep your head right there. Take it towards Daryl over here.
Keep them coming back. Yeah, I gotta get it.
There we go. Terra firma. Terra firma.
Hey, did you ever see a piggyback horse hair?
You told me about it. I've never seen one before. Did you have a walker? No, I don't. So look, I've got a hat for you.
Oh, well, how about that?
Would you like me to sign it for you?
Yeah.
All right. Now, is it spelled Carl with a K or with a C?
C.
All right.
Do you want grandma over here? Yeah. If you want to get her in,
Carl, up and away. All right, here's. Why don't you shake hands? Why don't you look at Daryl there? Great. Now, before you go, we've got something else for you to do. Why don't you follow me back here?
He's ready.
I like your shoes, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to have you put your name up there. You want a black or a silver pen? One more thing is we've got a poster for you.
Well, we gotta get family pictures.
Daryl will take you out.
We gotta get family pictures.
Okay.
Family, come over here. We'll get family pictures here. I think.
Carr Zimmerman.
Okay. And then of course this is all fabric and wood, so you can't step here. You've got to stay on the black on the way up, okay? And just grab on here and I'll be with you the whole time. I'll have my hands on it. You're going up in the front. Once you get up onto the wing, you can grab with your left hand up there at that black handle, alright? Just take your time, nice and easy.
Hands on the
right
edge.
here. Right here. Now grab your left hand up top there. Alright. Now lean back onto me. I've got you, okay? I'm not going to let you go. Step right in there on the seat. Put your right hand over the There you go. Alright. Another break in there. Perfect. Take a break there if you'd like. I'll just slide yourself down in there. There you go.
He's ready.
Got that other leg here, I'll help you.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate going up there at all.
No,
I knew he would.
He
He was all worried.
Well, go ahead and put your hands up there for me, would you? Both of them. I can get these straps on.
I'm going to look at the engine and we're going to go back in.
Now go ahead and place your hands down. All the little tricks, huh?